Gordon Godgisberg said that African traditional medicine should not be practiced in Ghana here. You can be arrested when you are being seen practicing or healing somebody with herbs. There is a temple in Benin, Ouida in Benin, a shrine, and opposite the temple or the shrine is a Roman church. And then the Roman church was able to woo one of the sons of the chief priest.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on what time and day you are watching us. My name is Jonah, and today on the channel Advert Africa, we are discussing on another topic, that is the impact of colonialism and slavery on African spirituality and traditional practice. And today in the studio I have with me, as usual, Mr. Richard Okankwe, popularly known as my Lord Spiritual. My Lord Spiritual, once again, you're welcome on Advert Africa.
Thank you. God bless you.
And how has your day been? We thank the Almighty. All right, my Lord Spiritual, straight to the topic of today. We are trying to discuss, or we want to discuss the impact of colonialism and slavery on our African traditional belief and practices. Now, my first question I have for you is, how did colonialism and slavery impact African spirituality and traditional practice?
Thank you. I salute the supreme consciousness within you with all the divine charm of my mind and with all the love and cordiality of my heart. I love humanity. You see, we all want to explore, we all want to develop, we all want to improve. So upon that, people, or in a way, try to migrate, try to find greener pastures somewhere. Even in our country, you see that people migrated from one region to the other to find solace, to find where they will be able to have peace and where they will be able to farm and then feed themselves and the family and the community at large. So that is what comes that. And then the white men also, wherever they are, they found that there is something that they needed and there's something that they want. So they also started exploring through physical and spiritual transmission. So they really did divinations, and they were able to find out that there are people somewhere in the east and in the south. How do we get to them? Through sea. How do we go? So they took them years to be able to prepare, and then they start exploring until they come to find a land called Africa where blacks live. And then when they came, they saw that we have things on our land that they don't have. We have minerals, and our plants and our animals are different from theirs. And our season is also different from their season. For them, they cannot plant something that will last for 6 months because the weather will not permit the thing to grow. So they will also must find a way to plant something. Necessity, hunger made them also to find a way to plant something which will grow faster. That is when come the GMO, because something they must survive. So when they came to Africa, they thought that they can use force, but they were wrong. And then they went and came again, until they started using a sort of trying to become one with Africans. When they came, they brought some things to us, to our forefathers, and then they tried to create some relation between they and our forefathers before they were able to see that these people are very strong, and we can really they can really help us in doing whatever we are doing in our country. So let us see how best we can take them. That is when came the slavery, that someone will take his child or his children there just to get sugar, just to get something small. That is when it started, and then people saw that, oh, this is becoming lucrative. So they will have to go and fight people, or go and fight the tribe, or fight a clan, and then enslave people and come and sell to the whites. And it was on and on and on until the whites also begin to settle here, because they saw that they have to control you. Mentally, they must control you. So they sat back and draw plans and ways to control you till now. And they are still controlling you till now. You see, so it is a long-term project that they've been able to plan in a way that when they are not there, those who started are gone. Their grandchildren and their great-great-grandchildren are still controlling you, because you have something they don't have, and something they will need, something their grandchildren will need, something their great-great-grandchildren will need. Therefore, they must find a way to all the time get the supply. That is the law of nature, that whatever it is, man must survive, and life feed on life. So when you lose God and somebody is feeding on you, the person is not wrong. That is the law of nature, especially when he uses logic to take it from you. The person is not wrong, and even if he is wrong, you must fight for your thing.
All right. So if I may ask you, in your own opinion, how do you see the impact of this colonialism and slavery on the African belief and the practice of our belief?
Yes, you see that if you want to capture some people, you must see where their strength come from. You destabilize their strength, then you have access to them. So that is what they did, and then they begin to have access to us, and even to the extent that the Sir Gordon Godgisberg said that African traditional medicine should not be practiced in Ghana here. So the law was passed when Kolebu was built. The law was passed that when you have a child, or your child is sick, or you are sick, don't go to a herbalist. Don't dare go to a traditionalist. Come to the hospital and they will heal you there. So it was passed legally. That is when the Herbal Association also, the people also formed Herbal Association in Cape Coast and in Takoradi areas, that no, they cannot. Because that is, they have their system already before you came. So you cannot just come and abolish it because you have built your hospital. If you have built your hospital, it is your own. If somebody wants to come there, he will come. But why are you trying to let us also not practice what we have? And another association was also born in the Greater Accra, and the association was moving on, because there must be some sort of unity, because you can be arrested when you are being seen practicing or healing somebody with herbs, because the law has been passed that nobody should come to you. So you, the person going to the herbalist, and the herbalist can be arrested and prosecuted, because that is the law, and they have made the law and they are controlling you. So when the association sprang up, it became very necessary that these things must be practiced in Ghana here. So they started practicing it until our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, came to form the Ghana Psyche and Traditional Healers Association. And he came to understand that there was one minister who was sick and was taken abroad and cannot be healed. And then he came to Africa, Ghana precisely, and he was healed. Within 3 days, he came to himself. So the president thought that, oh, if there are people here that can heal, why can't we organize them and then make them one? so that whatever it is, you'll be able to regularize them. That is when the Ghana Psyche and Traditional Healers Association was formed in 1960. Until now, it is still operating, except that one or two things are lacking, but yet it is still in operation. So in everything, somebody, you see, when you even want to, you yourself, you want to catch an animal, you try to destabilize it. You try to find a way to capture the mind, to know its root before you catch it. That is them too. When they came, they look at you, and then they start training your children the way they want your children to grow. They start to implant what they want you to think, how your way of thinking. So they started with the children, they started with the school, they started with your education system, and gradually they capture all of us. They capture all of us. Maybe somebody will say that no, but in a way they've been able to put all of us under one umbrella, and they are controlling. And until we go back to our root, why our purpose on this planet Earth, until we know our purpose, we will still be slaves. Maybe you think that you have independence, but me, I don't see that you have independence.
You don't see that we have independence. All right, so going back to our roots, you made a statement like that we need to all go back to our roots. Now, in the process of going back to our roots, I want to find out, how would the spiritual or the African traditional belief and spiritual aspect of Africa approach this issue that is rising so fast, that has to do with the LGBTQ issues, that is so much. It looks like the still, like you said, we think we are free, but we are still not free, and you don't see it as we having independence. How would be, or what would be the approach in the line of the traditional and then the spiritual aspect of it to the uprising or the current issue of legalization of the LGBTQ laws in most African countries?
Yes, you see that we are already destabilized, and we need to come to ourselves. We need to do some spiritual consultation, and moreover we need some unity to be able to move forward. And they have seen that you coming together will also create something for them. So whatever, they also try to find a way of destabilizing you, the associations, the leaders, whatever. They've brought divisions. So whatever it is, there is no oneness of mind or oneness of thinking. All the time they are able to bring something new to you. And there's one thing about Satan: whatever you say, Satan will polish it fine for you, for people to see that it is right, though it is not. That is the work of Satan, you see, because it has a way of polishing everything to suit the mind. So before we can really take or have ourselves, it must start from the top, and it must also start from the organizations, the Ghana Psyche and Traditional Healers Association and other associations, spiritual associations that has say in whatever is happening. And then the chiefs association also, the chiefs also have their council. They must also come out boldly to say whatever, if it is against our culture or our tradition, whatever somebody brings out. Because when these things, we don't take time, and then these things are legalized, it is not now, but in the next 20 years you will see that it will be a different thing in our country altogether. So it is hard time that we all come together to say no. There are times that people are afraid to say it because they think that they will die, or somebody will be sent to kill them, or something will happen to them, so they will not say it. That is why it must be something of a group Because if maybe the first group is composed of maybe 3,000 people, second group 10,000 people, the third group 5,000 people, and we say no, nothing will happen. We will still say no, and it cannot be approved. But if you leave it onto one man to say, that is when they have the problem. So let us come together as one and then fight what we think will not be good for ourselves and our generation. If we really love our generation, if we really love God, even if we love Satan, even if we really love Satan, this thing should even not be discussed, because it is abomination to our culture and our tradition and our way of life. So it should even not be discussed. It should even not come out. But now people are trying to, to sponge it. They are trying to massage it in a way until the bill is passed. But if we allow these things to happen, it will affect our generation.
If we allow this to happen, it will affect our generation. Viewers, the channel name is Advert Africa, and on Advert Africa we try to promote the African history, the lifestyle, the culture of the people of Africa. And we are still on the same topic. We are learning on the impact of colonialism on the African belief and practice. Now, to continue with my question, I want to find out from you, comparing the days when our chiefs were the rulers, and then they determine what's supposed to go on in each community, and now that we have one ruler, or let's say one governor or one government that is ruling us. Comparing these two, do you think that the days of our chiefs that were ruling has more impact, or had more impact, than these days of having a white governance system in Africa?
You see, there's peace reigning in this world already. There's no any other way of establishing peace except fighting against the causes that disturb peace. So you are not the one to create peace. The universe is peaceful and has created the peace already. You see that the white governance or that of the chief can all do well. What we need is legislation. What we need is the rules. What we need is how we will be able to psych ourselves to know that we must make this place a loving place for ourselves and the generation to come. That is it. When the chiefs are ruling, a chief can say that now Accra is beautiful, so I will have to come and fight the people in Accra and then take over Accra. They can come and fight. When you see that this place has also developed, they can also form an army and come and fight. That is how it goes. But when these white governors came in, that thing ceased. That wherever you are, that is what belongs to you. So in a way, it has helped you, or it has helped us. But it is the way and how the system is being operated. Because there are times when you are being given a position, you are being told what to do and how to do it, not the way you do it. So that is our problem now. That it is not whether the chiefs rule, because I learned that there is one association which is claiming that we go back to our chief system ruling. Whether we go back to our chief system or this government system, it will all be the same. What we need is, let's put proper measures, because when you go to certain countries, there are places that you don't do this there. Even you see Nigeria, some parts the laws are strict there that you don't do this, and you cannot even not take the L that lesbianism something there. You can't even dare. Not even the world's strongest person can take that thing over there and tell them. You yourself, you know that it will even not be good for you. And there are countries that they can go, but because we have made ourselves like a dustbin, that everything can be poured on you. They will pour anything on you. So it is hard time that we also raise our IQ. You see, we raise our level of consciousness. That is the key. Let us raise our level of consciousness, and then we know that we are not being controlled by other humans. We are controlled by ourselves, and moreover, we forget to recognize and pay homage to the spirits of the land, because I learned that Kole was sold. Kole was sold. The deity Kole was sold once.
How can Kole be sold? How can a whole deity be sold?
Was sold because I learned that history that it was sold.
The whole Kole. In fact, viewers, if you don't know Kole, we are talking about Ghana. There is a river. Is it a river or a stream? A lagoon in Ghana that is called the Kole and Yaton. All right, so to continue with our interview, I want to ask you another question: that how did African spirituality and traditional practice contribute to the fight against colonialism and slavery?
You see, in a way, we Africans from the onset didn't allow or didn't give room to the whites. But out of greedy, they started accepting it, because we started fighting the whites, and later they also strategized themselves and came again, took some of our people, trained them, and brought them back to really talk to us. So they got into us, and they were able to capture us. And out of greed, we also revealed certain secrets to them, and that made them to even enslave us the more. There are times that we sell our deities to them, that they are buying our deities that are over 100 years old. There are people buying it. When they take the deity to their country, they invoke it and then ask the deity about you, because they have known you for 100 years or for 200 years now. So they tell the background of or the secret of your town. So sometimes they know you more than you know yourself, because they have also blind you in a way that you fear to go to where you can find the truth. So they've branded you in a way. So now it is unity. Let us take tribes, let us take whatever aside, our educational background and whatever. Let us put it aside, and then let us focus that we want liberation for ourselves. We want those psychic bondages. We want to do away with those psychic bondages for ourselves and for our children. Then we amend our laws, and then we move forward. But for now, it's not easy. But when we understand, it's all about understanding that we are all one. When we understand that, we can really liberate ourselves, and then we can have control of our affairs.
Thank you so much. Our last question we will want to ask you so soon, viewers. The interview is coming to an end, and the channel name is Advert Africa, and please subscribe to the channel to help us grow, because on this channel we try to project the history, the culture of African people, and we also try to learn. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments regarding this interview we are doing, kindly put it on the comment section, and we will look at it, we will read it, and if the need be for us to give response, or for him to give response, the next time we come to his abode, we will be able to give you that response needed. My Lord Spiritual, the last question I would want to ask you, we have seen that due to the time of slavery and then also the colonial era, even though we have got our freedom, but we still have that kind of mental slavery, that kind of ill conception about our current traditional belief and our practices. So what step do you think can be taken or can be made to give the awareness, or to create that awareness to people, to let them know that the African traditional belief is not something that is evil as it it has been described, but actually it has also a good side of it. What are some of the measures or some of the awareness steps of awareness that can be taken, in your own opinion?
Thank you. You see that these people that have something that you yourself you don't know you have, and the person has seen that you have it, and then he's using a way to really capture you and take what belongs to you without you knowing it. There is a temple in Benin, Ouida in Benin, a shrine, and opposite the temple or the shrine is a Roman church. And then the Roman church was able to woo one of the sons of the chief priest. So they brought him, and then they tried to train him and gave him whatever incentive they must give him to be able to be there. And when he was there, he became a Roman father. And then they asked him some secrets of the shrine. Knowingly or unknowingly, he told them, because they have made him to understand that that side is wrong and this side is correct. And he's been able to really show them secrets about the shrine. But he didn't even know. Up till now, I don't know whether he has really come to himself that these people made so to be able to see what you have and then see your weaknesses and see how they can maneuver. But he became a priest. They took him abroad. He thought that he has done the best. But that is what it is. So it is hard time that when we want to really excel, we don't have to sell our secret. We don't have to sell the secret of our land. Because when you sell it to people, nature doesn't care. All nature care is that when you give it this, it gives you that. So when you don't know and you sell your secrets, you sell your rights. And that is what most of us have done, and that is why we are being enslaved, because we've sold our deities, most of our deities, and our deities have even told them what to do when they want to overpower you, what they have to do. So they can even employ you, some of you, to do the same thing for them. And then all the time they are ahead of you. So until we come together as one, then before we can do something, before we can really maneuver. You see, it has happened in so many ways. When they come, the most powerful person in the town, they try to take one or two of his or her children, and then they train them, they send them abroad. You might think that your child is going to abroad, therefore your child comes home with a little bit of money. So whatever secret you have, you show them. You show them, and then they use that thing against you. So it is hard time we keep secrets, because they have not told you their secret before. You will see, we have followed this yoga system for a couple of years. The philosophy is nice, but when you get into it, you see that it's only my book of Bible story. There's nothing inside there. Until you yourself, you've passed another way to be able to develop yourself, you'll be there. If it is 100 years, you are there, and you die there thinking that you are going to a place called heaven. Sometimes people say that for them, they are passing heaven, they are going to such count, and so on. And I don't even see them even entering the first heaven self. You see, so it is, they have great philosophy for you, a nice philosophy, but the practicality of the thing itself is in you. Because it is only in Africa where I can say, I am giving you gun medicine. Within 1 minute, I will give you, and they will shoot you, and it will not enter. But when you go to their temple, it's going to take you years. The person who can have control over water can just say a word onto something, you swallow, and you also can do it. It doesn't matter that you go to training for years. So you want to go to temple, fast, do whatever head, do whatever years. Whereas what you have is just by you. It's just in your home. That just go and then a twinkle of an eye you get it. You want the harder way because that is how you've been programmed. It is hard time that those psychic bondages will have to cut them and then come to our senses and then unite. That is the main thing. Let us unite. Let us be one, and then with one goal. If this man has this opinion, let us bring it together. This man say this, let's bring it together, and then we realign our laws well, and then we move so that when we say something, it is all of us, not one person. Let us not leave it for one person or just a fragment of people to do it for us.
Thank you so much, my Lord Spiritual. Viewers, so soon the interview has come to an end, and then my Lord Spiritual, before you go, since we're talking about the impact of colonialism on our African belief, and in this day or in this modern time, we've been made to understand that it is actually a mental slavery right now we are in, because we feel we are free but yet we are not free. So when somebody is to come to our abode, we knowing you being a spiritual person and somebody is having some kind of challenge, what are the help you have for the person, and how would this person be able to get access to you?
Thank you. You see that you are born with your physical body. That is what you see. Your emotional body acts in the physical body. Your astral body, your causal body, your spiritual body is all in this physical body. And these bodies must all realign themselves together for you to have peace, for you to get whatever you want. So even quarterly, you must call your soul to find out the outcome, what the soul has for you, what you have done correct, what you have done wrong. So when you come to my abode, I'll be able to call your soul to ascertain what is wrong with you and what is right for you, what you have to do, what you have done wrong, and so on. And moreover, to some questions that you want to know about yourself, your fortunate occupation, your color of activity, your spiritual color, your gemstones, and unknown spiritual influences. When you come to my abode, I will call your soul and be able to tell you how you'll be able to heal yourself. I also cure diseases, say prostate disorders, anything that has to do with your reproductive organs. I can cure it easily within maybe 40 days. The ailment is gone. There are some sicknesses that cannot be cured within a twinkle of an eye. The pain can be ceased. I can cease the pain within 24 hours. The pain will cease. But for your body, the organ to rejuvenate itself, it needs some time. When you come, I will tell you the time that you will be able to get healed. But it's a sure guarantee. Come to my abode at Nungwa Mystery Professionals Healing Center, adjacent the Nungwa Shell Filling Station, and the same building with Opinion Radio. When my contact number is +233 243 150078, +233 243 150078. It is hard time that you know yourself. They know that when you do divinations, you will know yourself and you'll be able to really align yourself well and know the right from wrong. So they told you that divination is not good for you. Wherever it is, don't go and do any divination. Don't go to anywhere. Just be there. Gentleman, lady, don't try. When you want liberation, you must find that the way that you're going, whether it is right or wrong. So come to my abode for help, for physical, mental, and spiritual assistance. God bless you.
Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to the channel Advert Africa. And today's interview is proudly sponsored by SPM Media. and at SPM they are into photography, event shooting, videography. They also have event centers all around, and then if you are looking for a very nice spot, a very nice place to shoot photographs, then look no further. The only place to see or to come to is SPM, and their price is also very affordable. You can call them on 054 265 4445. You can call them on 054 265 4445. Thank you so much for staying tuned onto the channel. Until we meet you again, please don't forget to subscribe to support us. Bye bye.